Hello. Happy Tuesday? Thursday. brain off. Hello. Happy Thursday. I hope y'all are having a fantastic day. I think the music is well balanced audio wise, but let me know if it needs to be adjusted at all. Yeah, we're gonna be doing some art today. I was drawing earlier, and initially all I was gonna do today was work on art fight stuff. But I've been really unhappy with a piece I did recently for an art collab, and I fussed around and decided I was just gonna redo it because I just am not proud of the piece that I did for it. So when we were doing it, so that's probably gonna be the bulk of stream today, and then we'll see what else we get to. I've got some character designs I want to redo. Well, not redo. Some of them I just haven't drawn before. And so I'll be maybe working on some like full body stuff, just design stuff. You know how it is. But it'll be fun. 1 second, let me get my stuff up. This will hopefully be one of the last times that I need to put my phone up to keep track of chat. Because hopefully next week I'll have multiple screens up and running. But for now, we're still rocking the phone for chat when I can't see the screen. But how was y'all's day going? We're almost at the end of the week, thank God. But anything fun happening for you today? Anything exciting popping up tomorrow either? Let me know. Let me get over to my the art screen before I forget. There we go. Okay. Alright. Where are you? Yeah, it's a very similar perspective, but I'm trying out a different brush than I was before, and the whole like angle is different. Like I'm going for a much more like detailed piece, and that was kind of what I was wanting to do in the first place anyway. So this is just an excuse to basically fix my previous work, because I just was not happy with how it came out. And I think this looks already worlds better. Let's see, where was I? Where did I leave off? I worked on this for like an hour, and then I stopped and like went and ate food. I made a cucumber sandwich, which I'll need to eat later because I didn't eat that. I did that thing where you make the sandwich and then you put it in the fridge for later, wrapped up in plastic wrap to like firm up. I want to make like fancy little tea sandwiches because I love those things. They're so fun. I made them previously, like sometime, it was either last week or a couple weeks ago. But I made some, and I didn't look up a recipe. I mean, it's a cucumber sandwich, it's not really that many steps. But I wasn't sure if the cucumber for a cucumber sandwich was something that you kind of needed to cure for a hot minute. So I just set up some cucumber in a salt marinade like I do for cucumber salad, and left it there for like 20-ish minutes. It's just enough to draw out the water and everything. And when I ate it, it was very clear that, nope, that wasn't quite the right step. So this time I'm just doing the cucumber and cream cheese. So hopefully it's delicious. I don't know. We will see. From the scraps that I cut from the side, it tasted pretty good, so I'm excited. Let's see. Skirt here. The other piece that I did, I went for Gahata's witch outfit. And I liked the direction with that, but for this one, I ended up going with her normal, like, uniform jacket look, because I really like the sleeve of it all, the big puffy sleeve with the skirt. And that's very cute. Let's see, I'm gonna put that down. I don't know if I'll do much more than line art right now, because I'm gonna keep with this kind of like rougher ink, because I think that's fun. I was feeling, honestly, I felt really rough after we're finishing that other piece. because I've definitely been in an art rut for a while now, which isn't fun. No one's really, like, happy when they're like, I feel like I'm stuck in my art and I feel like I'm getting worse. And working on this today, I felt a lot better. It's amazing how much just, like, getting something done that you're, like, you feel happy about and you feel like is a better reflection of your work. It's just, it really raises the mood immensely. And I didn't really look at much reference for this at all. Like, the other one, I was, like, looking at a bunch of reference, and I was really trying to make it work, and it just was looking really, like, awkward in my eyes, and I just was not happy with it. I think the only thing I liked was the sketch, and that was it. And I don't think I was ever going to be happy with that piece, unfortunately, so... what my plan was, because once I finish this, I'll have to put it in our little, like, Google Drive, because we have a big chat in Instagram, where we're coordinating everything, and everyone's been sharing their pieces in the chat, and, like, it's a bunch of really cool art. So I was excited to the point when I would start sharing stuff, like, oh man, like, I did this, and it looks cool. Except I really was unhappy with the piece that I did, so what I did was I didn't even share it in the chat, I just put it in one of the Google Drive folders for the finished pieces, and if the person coordinating the event was like, hey, did you ever do it? I'm like, yeah, I put it in the thing. Please don't acknowledge it openly, I beg of you. But this already looks so much better. It's really just the whole, like, face and the hair already looks... I'm happier with how it's come out. I feel better about how it's all coming out. And that's what's important, is that I feel happy with the work that I've done. I really like how this bang came out. I'm not too practiced with doing anime style hair, and I feel like I did a much better job with this. I think it looks nice. Now this right here, it's like ruffling, and I'm gonna do my very best with this. It's basically gonna be just a bunch of squirrels. But this is the angle of everything. Okay, a question for chat, because this became something I was dealing with today. But do y'all experience, like, some people don't have dreams much, and then some people have, like, a lot of dreams, and then some people don't, some people have average dreams. Do y'all experience, like, series of dreams that have a continuity to them? Because that's something that I experience, and that's only really a new thing that I'm dealing with. I didn't deal with it when I was younger. When I was younger, I had basically only nightmares, which was an interesting experience. I don't like how these are looking. But something that I experience are, like, series of dreams that have a continuity within them. Two of the main ones that I can really point out is there is a specific university that I have visited and attended in my dreams, and, like, series of, like, things have happened, like, over time. Like, I once had a dream I was visiting, before I was accepted into the university, I was in, like, middle school, age, and there was a whole, like, secret spy thing going on. And then I had a later dream where I was attending a history of art course at this college, and I had a good rapport with the teacher, but for some reason I kept forgetting the class existed, so I would miss half the semester. And it was like, I had a good, like, relationship with the teacher, I just kept forgetting the class was, like, on my schedule. And so I'd be like, oh, what I have today? Well, I've got this class and I've got this class, cool. And then a couple weeks later, I'd be like, oh crap, I haven't been to any of my art history lectures, oh dear god. And the teacher would be like, yeah, I get it, like, please try and come in the future more often, but, like, I understand, like, there's a lot of stuff going on. The teacher was great, it kept not going. And, like, I would run into him at the library, and he'd be like, hey, you doing okay? I'm like, oh, crap, I forgot about your class again. He's like, yeah, it's okay. I think I was doing okay in the class. I wasn't doing great. Obviously, I wasn't doing much of the homework, which was probably the biggest issue I was having grades-wise. I just wasn't... I didn't have the material that I was covering, so I wouldn't know, like, what was on the tests and whatnot. But I had a dream last night that was, like... It felt like an alternate universe of a different series of dreams I had been having. Because I was having a series of dreams about, like, going and visiting a... It wasn't quite a cabin. It was somewhere of a cross of a cabin in the woods and a resort, where it was like, I didn't own it. I was there with some, like, friends or something. I got invited for some reason. And there was this whole thing going on where there was, like, werewolves that had, like, territory in the area. And it was a whole thing with, like, the people who owned the resort. I think the people who owned the resort were also, like, werewolves, but they were like, this is our territory. There was a whole fight thing. I befriended one of the enemy werewolves who, like, infiltrated and then snuck back in later. It was a whole ordeal. But I had a dream this morning where it was like... I was a part of some sort of theatrical production, and I was like... I clearly had arrived at the place with not enough information to know what was going on. And I was just winging it because I was like, I don't know why I'm here, but let me just hang out here for a bit and maybe I'll figure out what's going on. And it seemed like what was going on was this, like, school, maybe? I don't know what it was, like a local theater. They're putting on a production of what seemed like a theatrical production of that whole debacle with, like, the werewolf resort. It was very strange, and I only really realized that that was kind of what was going on when after I woke up, and I was like, wait a minute. This was that dream, but it was like a play of it. But either way, that was kind of what my morning was being like, huh, that was a really strange dream. And I don't know if I even got a part in the play, because I sure as heck was there, but I didn't really know what was going on. And it was so weird. I always, if I wake up in the morning, do stuff, and then, like, take a nap before 11, I always have the most bizarre dreams. And it's just something that I've gotten used to, where it's like, oh, did I take a nap? I probably had a really weird dream, and there it is. It's like I don't have weird dreams when I'm sleeping at night. I only have the weird dreams when I am conscious and then go back to sleep during the day. And it always feels like I've been asleep for ages, and then I look over and it's like, okay, so I've been, like, passed out for an hour. It's not awful, but it was very weird, regardless. Yeah. But I don't know how usual or unusual that is, because it's something that I deal with, and so I've gotten very used to it, but I don't know if that is something that other people have to deal with. It's only started happening for me probably the past year or so. And the other one, okay, I lied. There's been 3 series of connected dreams that I've had. One was the university, one was this werewolf lodge, and this last one it's more of a recurring dream than a series of dreams, but... Sorry, burping. It's like... The game Sky, it's a dream of the game Sky, but it's more like... It's less like I'm playing it, and it feels more like I'm existing in it. Well, no, because I'm thinking about it more. It's definitely... The context is definitely that the game is being played, but I view it as if I'm in the universe itself. But it's this dream about a secret level that gets released. That's because the whole structure of the game Sky is that you are going through like the stages of life. Like you've like birth, like teenage year, becoming an adult, and then like passing on like the rebirth. And it's interesting. And this dream is like there's a secret level. Or it's either a secret level or it's a new level that is unlocked, which is not a normal thing for Sky. They have like their 6 levels, and then they have Eden. And that's it. They haven't released new levels, they've just released new areas within existing levels. And this new level is like ascending, basically. That's essentially what it seems like is going on, is people are like, it's all about just going up in this area. And in these dreams, I have never myself like fully gone up. I've been in the area and been like, no, I don't really want to ascend yet. And it was like a discussion with people. They've been like, oh, have you ascended? It's like, no, but my buddy did last week. And it was weird because it was definitely implied that it was somehow affecting the real life, and everyone was very chill with it, even though that's kind of horrifying that the video game's taken people out. But it was so weird. Do I like this? I might have to get rid of this second layer of ruffle. I don't know how I'm feeling about it. But it was an interesting level because it's like the knowledge level where you would go up and you couldn't really backtrack, I don't think. Because I remember going up it a bit, but I never like fully ascended. I never got to the final level of it. Because for some reason, everybody knew that if you got to the top, that was it. Like, it was game over, essentially. But it was interesting. And I remember there being a level where it was like a prison. And it wasn't, you wouldn't go up the level to go to it. There would be like a side area where you would like go to the prison. And it was empty. No one was like in any cages or anything. It was just weird. It was so strange. And it was one of those dreams where you wake up from it, and at first you're like, oh, that was interesting. And 20 minutes later, you're like, what the hell was that? It was spooky. And I was like, why was that a dream I had? What is going on? But after, like, a childhood of really only experiencing, like, just nightmares for whatever reason, it's been very nice to start just having weird dreams, which feels like a strange thing to say, but now that I've finally gotten the opportunity to experience them, it's fun to have weird dreams that aren't, like intentionally like very upsetting. There's one nightmare I will always remember is it was like a sci-fi film, and I was a part of a colony who was like, we had to escape Earth, and we're now like in space, and we found this weird planet. And for some reason, some of the people on our ship tricked me into eating this plant that essentially gave me, like, a zombie curse virus. And I got kicked off the ship because they were like, we can't take you with us because you're gonna get, like, people, like, infected and hurt and killed. And so I got abandoned on this planet, and they were like, we're so sorry, you have to... They figured I got infected by something on the actual planet we were on, which was technically true, but it was a more nefarious thing than just I got infected by something. And the dream never properly resolved. Like, I woke up before anything really came of it, But there was a good, like, couple minutes where I was just, like, there on this planet completely alone. And there weren't, like, other people there. As far as I was aware, this was an empty... The planet did not have intelligent life. So I was just essentially stranded. And it was so weird. It was such a strange dream. And it just sticks with me to this day of, like, how I felt when all of that happened. Okay, how do I feel about that? The skirt here is a little weird. And this needs to be flattened out. But it was not a dream that, like, I didn't wake up from it and felt like I'm really upset, like I'm really freaked out. It was just one of those dreams where I woke up from it and was like, huh. That's sure a dream that I had. I feel like the dreams that, like, genuinely frighten me are, like, it's always a dream where I'm getting chased. Like, the one dream that I have had that I can genuinely say upset me was, I was in a house, and I was house-sitting for someone, and their kids, like, the lights kept flickering on and off, and, like, when the lights would flicker, the kids would just, like, a kid would be there wearing a mask and, like, approaching me with, like, a very scary-looking weapon. And it was one of those dreams where I tried to run and scream, and, like, I couldn't really move forward very well, and when I would yell, it would just be, like, silence that would come out. Which is great. It was very upsetting. And I got to the point where I think I got to a hospital, and it was still happening. Like, I don't know if it was a follow-up dream or if it was just later in that dream where it happened. But I was 100% getting chased, and it just was so freaky. Is that it? That might be... Is that a tangent? Please don't tangent. It's tangenting. Tangent lines. Hate to see it. Take the lines off? Oh yeah, the entire shirt. Okay, what kind of details are on your shirt, girl? What if it's covered because of your hair, which is my favorite technique? Okay, you have something. It's like a... Your jacket, or is that the shirt? Okay, that's the jacket. Okay. I did a wider angle earlier, and then I kind of was like, nah, and didn't do it. But I think that's about it for this shirt. There's really not much detail. Yeah, it's just the stress. Yeah, I cut out the shoes from this angle too, because I just didn't feel like doing it. I always feel sad when I don't do at least like a full half body. But this is kind of it. I mean, I got the hand in, I've got the skirt. Like, I think we're good. Let's get some more there. Yeah. Because their hand's supposed to be on the ground, is what this angle is meant to be. Okay. Move this right here. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay. And yeah, the weird border like this is because I was working on other stuff. And then it became a Gahata piece. Like, yeah, if I remove this, like, you can see the rest of my scribbling, which you can see the angle was, the proportions were a little wonky, so that's why I really trimmed it tight. So I had more mental space to really start, like, doing some detail work, which I was really wanting to do with this piece. It's like, you know, let's bring in more detail, because I feel like that would be... I feel like that'd be warranted. Okay. Let me clean this up. Once I get this cleaned up, we'll do some resizing. I still don't know what I'm going to do background-wise. I think I might just kind of do like a flare or something. Because that was something that really threw me off with the previous piece, was that I just did not know what I wanted to do with the backdrop, and that really kind of screwed me over. Inverse that. Great. Guess this canvas size. Let me blow this up to the resolution. Let's double that. Let's make it 2000 actually. Transform. What's bigger? Yeah, that's great. Okay. We still need that, we still need that. I'm gonna re-change this to... I'm gonna save as... Where's my password folder? Nope, wrong one. The not OC one. Here we go. Gahata. 2. Yeah. Cause yeah, this has deviated so far. Yeah, let's go up the contrast and let's get rid of you. Because this is all supposed to be art fight stuff, and that is not what happened here. So this headphone idea, I have this this idea of like a transparent headphone that I think would be cool. We don't need that anymore. You, I guess let's do green, no, red. Why is it so blurry? Oh, the resolution. Yeah. Give me that crunch. How big are you? Okay. So I guess doubling this. Oh, it smoothed the lines, that's why. That's why, okay. I'll keep it the same size for now, so that I can really work with it how I want to. This here, this kind of needs to line up. I'm just making up a headphone design. I don't know, I think it'd be cool to have like a transparent headphone. It just seems like a neat design element. I can kind of hide it with the hair a little bit. This angle looks bad, and this could be better. So, it's like a little box almost. I think it's cool. Okay. Let's get rid of these lines right here. Go. And then I can do something to like... What's the thing where it's like you scribble and it's like... You make something look like it's like transparent or something, you do like a squiggle through it. I'll work on that later. I can do that with a different color. Probably. Yeah, I can do that later. Does that look cool? I'm gonna move forward and believe it looks cool. Okay. And now on to the music notes that I was having a lot of trouble with earlier. I think this idea of being like, oh, it's like... It's clear, so you can, like, see what she's listening to. So that would be interesting when I'm that kind of pretty. I think this needs to be better. You have it partially cut off, so it's like, oh, you're listening, you're seeing the music, isn't that cool? And then here, we make the chord. Well, first we need to actually draw it. There we go. Yeah. And now... we have the chord, which I think I can probably plug with a 10. Let's see here, because we've got... here, this going behind. This goes here. Yeah. I think this needs to be a little thicker, but, you know. Oop. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that looks great. Okay. Let's clean up some of these inks and start throwing some colors. Nope. Here we go. This needs to be a little colored and a little cleaned up. I don't know why, but I have had such a craving to go to like one of those like buffet places recently. I don't know why. It's not like there's good food there, but I've just been like, oh, I wanna go to one. I haven't been to one in like God, since I've been a child. I think the last time I went to one was when I got my braces off in like 8th grade or something. It's just... oh wait, no, I went to it in... the last time I went to one was my freshman year of high school, because we went to one with my class before I went to the zoo one time. And that was the last time we went. That's the last time I went. They've just really... they're really not something I think about as an adult. And then obviously with the panini happening, people aren't really going to, like, eat out at public places like that. For smart reasons, don't do that. I don't know, there's just something with the idea of, like, going to a place like that right now that seems like it's fun. Like, the only place where you can say that and people will be like, aw man, how smart. Or how fun is, like, if you're going to, like, one of them Vegas buffets. Which I'd like to go to at some point. I know folk down there, and I obviously want to go visit the area at some point. I just haven't yet. I'll start doing some, like, black fill. Which... but yeah, I don't know. I've just really been curious about that. And I always went to this establishment called Izzy's growing up when I would go to one, so... I wasn't like going to Golden Corral or a bunch of different places. It was always a very specific establishment we went to when I was growing up. I don't like how that looks. Okay, I think we're ready to move on. I'm really happy with how this looks over the other one. Let me see. Let me bring up the other one, actually, just so I can showcase it. I'm not going to post it online because I'm just not happy with how it came out. But I'll showcase it here just so that people can see what happens. So yeah, I tried doing the inks for it, and I just wasn't happy with how the inks were coming out. So I do this thing sometimes if I'm just not happy with the piece, but I feel like I need to do it, and in this case, I really had to do it, where I just kind of just started throwing stuff at the page. The background really... Actually, this reminds me, let me actually just remove it from the chat, because I am going to forget about it if I don't. You can't see this, right? No, okay. But I could not get myself to be happy with it. Let me find that chat. Oh, let's see here. Yeah. The person hadn't even noticed that I uploaded it. Good. Don't look at it. Oh, it's so far from this chat. My computer is so slow whenever I am trying to use it while streaming, which hopefully won't be a problem soon. Why I still have Twitter up? That's gotta be slowing shit down. Yeah. Wait, can I just go into Google? I'm just gonna go into Google and see if maybe I can just grab it from there. Drive. Yep, let's kill this. And remove. Excellent. Okay. Thank goodness. Because this isn't a bad piece, but I was so unhappy with it. And I couldn't get it to work for what I wanted. Okay, let me save this real quick. Oop. Let me see real quick if I can do something normal. Here we go. There's a trick I've seen before where it's like you do, I think it's a multiply layer. And then you do like 30% of a multiply layer, and then you do like another 30% of a color burn layer. I think you have to just like, I think you're supposed to put something underneath it, so that's why it's not really coming up. Color burn. Color burn. Yeah. Okay, let me grab just a real quick. Really quick tulip pen, fill it in. Let me actually do something. Whoop. Let's just fill this in real quick. So it looks how pretty when I post it. Something is wrong here. I think this maybe this was the multiply and this was the color burn. Where is my things? I can't, my brain isn't processing things right. Oh, it needed to be like locked in. Oh, I see. There we go. Okay, that's better. I might be doing this wrong. Well, that needs to get filled in, actually. So this is causing a problem, so this is... Why is this causing an issue? Oh, because of the... Is it? I don't know what the problem is anymore. Maybe it's the other way around. Maybe it's this is the color burn and this is the multiply. Maybe? I can't even tell a difference. Maybe just none of that. Maybe don't flip it to the layer. No, it's definitely the other way around. This is color burn and this is multiply. A bit lighter. And this is... Yeah, I don't have a damn idea what's going on. Oh, I did this. Interesting. Okay, I hacked that up. Oh, well. Let's see if I can grab it. It's fine. I'll just clean it up later. It just makes life harder, and that's okay. Dying, suffering. Where is it in my folders? Okay. I'm going to take a break from this because I feel happy with where I'm leaving off on this. Let me open up my art fight. I worked on this last night, and I was working on this design here, and I'm kind of like, about it now, and I might save that to work on it later. But this design is for my character Ren, and she's a character who I played for a few years, and I want to do more with her outside of, like, the D&D space. And she has her normal design, which, did I download any references? I don't think I did. I didn't. Let me do that real quick, so I can have something to compare it to. But she is so much mechanically. And there's two versions of her character. There's one that I use for D&D, and then there is one that I am using for, like, a novel I want to write someday. And this is gonna be more of the D&D iteration of her. And her whole, like, deal is that she used to be a warlock who ended up, like, changing time. Because she had a shit childhood. Some, like, stuff happened with her. And she undid time to basically not, like, get her entire life fucked over. And when doing all of that, when she rewrote time, what ended up happening was there was a collection of timelines that splintered off of that whole event. And so there's the version of her that was successful, that got to have basically a brand new happy life. And there is a version of her that was not successful. And the whole, like, reason why this happened was when she undid time, the version of her that was able to, like, do everything... Let me draw it out, actually. So we have better color. Zoom in to see. So we have OG Ren. Here, who is here. This is OG Ren. Life is not great. There's a lot of stuff happening. She also has antlers. I can't really draw shorthand antlers very well. I'm gonna put those away. This is Ren! This is Ren. Not living her best life. Stuff's happening. There's, like, sad event happening. Makes her very sad. She loses a very dear friend. She makes a deal with the warlock guy. He's got a whole, like... He's got the whole, like, deer antler things. He's not evil, but he does suck. So she's like, hey, help me get revenge, because I'm really sad right now. And he's like, okay. And helps her out with that. And then life continues after that. A lot of stuff happens. And she has a little dragon, named Vesper, who ends up getting killed in a fight, and someone with her helps revive the dragon, so dragon's alive! Yay! I'm gonna draw her Vesper. She's a little sweetheart. We ended up calling her Little Potato. A good dragon. She's got teeth and fangs. So she's alive. The problem is this guy over here, he's like, hey, so, like, I never really chatted with you about this, but I'm really not, like, up for the concept of things that have died being revivified. So he puts this thing on Vesper. We're never quite sure what it is, but it starts growing these, like, vines on her. And it's like this seed thing, and what seems like is gonna happen is at some point, whatever this thing is that this guy put on her, on little Vesper, is ultimately gonna kill her. And so Ren is mad. Ren is upset. She's pissed about that. And she already was like, hey, I've been working with this guy for, like, 30 years, and, like, I was in over my head, but I'm indebted to this guy because I asked him for this power in a moment of crisis. And so I'm not happy about that. And at the very same time, it was, like, literally less than a week later of those happening, the group comes across a book. A book with a lot of magic in it. It's from this, like, goddess of power. Not power, goddess of knowledge. It's like this book of, like, forbidden spells. And we get it because we're needing to take down this undead dragon thing that this party created, which my character was not involved in when they found out this whole thing. But she got roped into it right around the same time. And Ren sees this book, and she's like, hey, can I, like, take a look at this thing in private for, like, 20 minutes? And she copies down all the details for a spell for, like, going back in time. And the players themselves had no idea this was happening. This was something that I was solely chatting with the DM about. It ended up being, like, maybe half of a year of, like, little bits of work here and there building up to this. We had this whole fight with this over here. we had the whole fight with this undead dragon kid thing. Where did it go? What happened? Okay. We win, it's great, but Ren's life is still completely shit, and so she's like, I'm gonna try and do this spell, because I want to have my life back. She ends up, because she's wanting to essentially bring back her best friend who had been killed. That kind of incited all of this, and she tried to... There's a whole thing in the past where she fucked up with a magic ring of wishes, and instead of bringing her friend back, it brought back this, like, undead flame elemental that she ended up trapping in her house with one of the magic spells, because she just couldn't figure out how to deal with it, and she was afraid of trying to completely banish it, and something worse would happen, so she just trapped it in the house, killed it, and then was like, okay, I'm still, like, unsatisfied. I need to fix this. And so she ends up using the magic spell, and going back in time to try and fix everything. Maybe make a better timeline. And she had 3 chances to do all of this. She had enough material for 3 chances, because that was all she could really figure out. And thankfully, in the game itself, like, it ended up working out perfectly, because it was that 3rd time that ended up, like, working. Because one of the big things that I had to figure out was that my character could not interact with her younger self at all, or else that would break the spell. But ended up working, and so Ren was able to go back and completely... Like, basically what happened was she had to go back and, like... I think she had to kill her parents was what happened. There was her parents were apparently the heads of some sort of cult thing, and there's a butler she had to, like, heck up as well. We never went into detail as to what was going on there, but it was something we, like, found out along the way, and we're like, this is wild. Okay. So we went back, and everything changed. Everything was good. This guy did not get involved at all. It was great. But the version that went back, this OG Ren, ended up getting deleted as well in the process. So she didn't exist anymore. And through that, what ended up happening was there were these different iterations that would splinter off of that. Kind of like how in, like, the Zelda series, how there's a timeline where Link winning ends up having a different series of events, and timelines where Link ends up dying has a different collection of events. That's essentially what happens. There's the timeline where Ren isn't successful and she has to keep going. The timeline where Ren is completely successful and ends up living. So this event with the undead dragon guy, that still happens. Like, it doesn't end up going away. Just, like, a new narrative that essentially is written through that. They're like, we kind of remember there was one other person with us, but we don't remember who it was. And so the timeline where Ren is completely successful... hello, Lucy! Welcome to stream! I'm working on drawing an alternate... basically an alternate timeline version of a character for Artfight, and I decided I'm going to explain the whole thing, for anyone who wants to listen. Because I want to explain why this character right here is different from this reference image that I have of her. But yeah, welcome to basically the tail end of this discussion. Basically what you need to know is I'm drawing a character who has put a lot of work into traveling through time and got herself erased unintentionally so that a different timeline of her can have a happy life, but also there are other timelines that exist, and one in particular that wanted to take that happy timeline for herself. So we have, I don't think I can see it on the screen with the way that the OBS is cropped. No, it's not visible. Let me actually import the image here, because I don't want to readjust the screen. Again, importing. This is Ren. This is her design during the, like, best possible outcome timeline, which is what I was mostly playing in the game where this was happening. This is Ren Clarel Bastille. She is, if I have ever mentioned my character who was like level 30, this is her. She was a paladin bard fighter. I think she got to 19 levels in paladin, and it was like 19 levels in paladin, 3 levels in fighter, and then like 6 levels in bard. And then like the paladin switched back and forth between ancients and watcher, which was a new subclass at the time. And then the other two were what were they? They were homebrew. There was a duelist one that was based around like doing like saber fighting, essentially. It was very dex based. And then the bard was called College of Compulsion, which is all based around enchantment stuff, like charms and whatnot. And having a really strong constitution. And so that was what her build was for, like, the ultimate, like, happy ending timeline. She was able to go back in time, save her best friend, who she ended up falling in love with and marrying. And I recently got a commission of them, actually. I put them up on Artfight, but their name is Drillo. Dahlia, Drillo's the nickname. Their actual name is Dahlia, but they go by Drillo. And they're very sweet. But this over here, what I'm working on right now, is what I refer to as the time-lost version of Ren, where she's unsuccessful in saving Drillo and changing the time. And I was working on this sign, and one of the big aspects for why Ren went back in time is because of what happened to Vesper, her little dragon that she was raising. The seed that got embedded in her because her patron was an asshole. I thought it would be interesting if in this version of Ren, where she's unsuccessful in saving her best friend, if she somehow, either she finds a way to remove the seed from Vesper, or this thing absorbs Vesper entirely and Ren passes basically this curse onto herself, like, I need to, like, fix thing, like, I'm doing this to myself as, like, punishment for, like, letting this happen, and basically giving myself a time frame of, like, this thing is gonna also eat me alive as well, and that gives me more motivation to try and, like, find a better timeline or fix things. And this version of Ren, in the actual game, this, like, bad timeline version of Ren popped up once, and we still never got clarity if it was a real thing that happened, because this alternate timeline appeared while our group was basically in like a mirror maze made by a fae. So we still never learned if this was an actual alternate timeline of Ren, or if this was just like an illusion by the maze, manifested by Ren's own, like, anxieties of, like, what if there are other iterations of me out in the world that want to take what I have. And it was an interesting, like, question of, like this is a timeline that was basically given to me because myself from a timeline put in a lot of work and got herself deleted to, like, let me have this. And it's like, oh, like, is this, like, really mine? And, like, is this other version of me also entitled to this happy life? And I think it's an interesting exploration to be like, there's another version of her out there, and, like, what the implication of that all are. So I think it's the bulk of what I want to do today is work on this design more. She is cool. This iteration of Ren, which was essentially a further on version of... Is this the right size? Yeah. So this is a version of Ren down the line that still has the original power set of the original Ren. And she was a warlock bard. I don't think there was ever a third subclass. I don't think there was ever a third class thrown into there. There might have been druid. I forget. But it was a warlock subclass that was like based around druidic ideas. And like she gets like more like woodsy things, like she got claws and she got wings, and she got like antler. She, in some form, she can choose between having like wings and like hooves, and I think like a tail. And when the game first started out, she pretty much only had like the satyr. She had like the hooves so she could be faster. Because she was very much in a point of her life when she was rejecting her Aasimar identity. Because she was originally a protector Aasimar, and my, like, idea for her, like, interactions with her divinity, was, like, instead of it being, like, their manifestation of celestialness, instead of being a static thing where it's like you're either protector, scourge, or fallen, I thought it'd be interesting if it was more of a reflection of her like mental state of like her sense of being, and born a protector Aasimar and then ultimately becoming she became a scourge Aasimar because like she was filled with a lot of anger based on her life. And I'm actually gonna look up real quick what owl feet look like, because I want to give it like almost like a bird claw, but I'm bad at figuring out what that looks like off the cuff. So I'm gonna look up some feetsies. Open image. Hello. I forget what my point was. But yeah, when the gang first met her, she had pretty much solely... She seemed like she was a satyr because she had these big horns and she had these big, like, hoofed legs. And then they later figured out that she was an Aasimar when she, like, transformed out of the legs and, like, into having these big wings. And they're like, "You're not a satyr?" And she's like, "No, I'm like an Aasimar, actually." It was less of a hidden thing and more of this just never came up. And it was a combination of, like, this became known around the same time she started using her Aasimar abilities again. And it was like, oh, this is new information about this person. But I want to have her wings in this form as well, because I think over time she would probably hold on to those, like, traits. And I think at this point, I like the idea that... Because Ren in one timeline, this, like, good timeline, she ends up killing her old patron, because for some reason he's still after her. I don't really know why, but he never really stopped, like, chasing after her. I'm actually gonna just kind of do a really rough, like, redding of this. Let me just really quickly just make more. Nope. Wrong level. Yeah. But I like this idea that either Ren in her own timeline also took out to Grossman, her old patron, or if somehow the Ren in the good timeline killing her own, if that somehow had also another ripple effect. Because there was a whole thing that happened when she killed him. She ended up fusing with the original timeline of herself that, like, got obliterated. So the OG Ren got deleted, essentially. But when she killed her patron, who was still chasing after her in the good timeline, it somehow fused her experiences and memory with that original timeline. So she's essentially still the true timeline version. It just was missing like a period of like probably like a year between the whole going back in time thing and the fusing thing. And so she became what we refer to as a Brilliance Azamar. That was this weird middle ground of Protector and Scourge, because she had the memories of the good life and the memories of the bad life at the same time. And she had a whole set of powers, too, that were very cool. Okay. And something I kind of want to do with this one is this implication that these vines are growing onto Ren and into her. I think her arm is going to be covered up by this wing over here. Because her wings in this Timelost one, I think I want them to be like draped around her almost like a shawl. One, because it looks interesting, and two, because it hides this arm. Because I don't want to draw it. There we go. And then I have this chibi version over here that I drew last night because I was tired and thought it would be cute. I had a pauldron on this arm, but I don't really know how I feel about it, because I feel like it kind of draws attention away from her. Yeah, this like very like loose, shoddy gown. I think is interesting. No, I'm gonna kind of like leave this like this. I don't know how much detail I'm actually gonna be putting onto this form. I think I'm just gonna color it and call it a day. Because I don't really have the mental space to properly design this right now. Let me draw here. I think, kind of like for asymmetry, I'm gonna have like, ooh, the vine wrapping around the leg. Like, into her, like, wrapping around and like seeping into her. Definitely like body horror type of stuff. I'd have thought where it's like, maybe it's like also in her eye as well. But I think it's just gonna be very shadowy. So it's like unclear. It's like how far has whatever this infection is grown. Also, just deep shadows on characters always look bitchin', so that looks terrible. Let's see here, and then we have Now I have to do a very thick line on all of this so that I can do the fill-in. Whoop! Yeah. She's just cool. I do want to write a novel. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do. I have an idea for a story that I want to do with the characters of Ren and Drillo at some point in the future. But I don't have a fixed idea on what medium it will be. But it's just this whole story that I think it'd be interesting. And it's completely not at all what ended up happening with their, like, D&D iterations. It's essentially a different character entirely. But I'm still interested. I fill this in. Where's the pink? Not to be that person, but I do still get a little... But do I still get a little clown of a ferret? Yes, you do still get that. I have had no brain space right now. That will come, yes. I don't know how to draw. I mentioned this earlier before you got in, but I have been in a dreadful art funk recently. Like, this whole past month, I have just been like, I can't draw. I don't remember how to draw. And honestly, it's just been this past day where I've really felt like I could draw things I wanted to again. And I didn't want to do your little scrumble while I was still, like, feeling dreadful about arting. with writing correctly. I have just completely given up with writing. Like, writing used to be my thing when I was younger, and I don't know what happened, but I just didn't write for a while. And then whenever I go back to writing, I feel dreadful. And I don't have fun with writing anymore. And it's honestly, it's probably just because I just haven't done it in so long. It's like any skill. If you don't do it for a while, you get rusty, and then you're gonna get self-conscious about it. Like those things we would like do sometimes where it's like, as a group, you write a piece of fanfic. And I never like doing them because they made me feel so incredibly self-conscious about my writing, and then you didn't have time to really be self-conscious. You just had to go. And the nice idea about automatic writing is most of the time, people are not looking at what you're doing. So there's no judgment there. But man, when you do one of those like group fanfic things, it's not great. It's not great because everyone's looking at it immediately. And I get so in my head with writing. I'm like, this has to be perfect. This has to be the most perfect thing. And then obviously it's not. Okay. Okay, this is fine. Gets the general idea across. I'm just gonna do a really quick color on this. Normal. What kind of coloration do I want to do on you? I feel like it's gonna be... like it's probably gonna be the color of the vine. That's not right. Yeah, probably that. So I'm gonna do... what color is this? I'm gonna push it to more of like a green tone. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Oh, no. I didn't realize that was still visible. Interesting. Okay. And obviously this needs to be a bit more colored in as well. Here. Yeah, let me just do a very quick coloring on this. Grab some colors from Ren. I'll probably have to adjust, because this version of Ren is dehydrated. So that means a lot of desaturation. Whoop. Person's hard. I don't want to like make her gray. Where's their typical color comparison? It just looks... like, yes, it's more correct that it's like more like ashy, but I'm like, I don't want to make her ashy. Yeah, and then we've got this whole deal with the vines. This feels too big. I need to make this smaller. Make this more like a grayish green to imply the whole like undeath of it all. It's like it's eating her away, essentially, is what's happening. That's how I interpreted this thing, and I thought it'd be interesting if it fused with her. I was doing all this at like 11 p.m. the other night when I was like, I gotta go to bed, but I finally have an idea of what to do with all of this. It's like choking vine. There's probably like one of her locks that probably looks like maybe something's going on. Then we've got her hair. The antlers, I don't know what I'm going to do with the color. I think I want to make them more like a light tannish color. I think that'd be cool. This black right here. Let's use this to color the back of the hair. Yeah, I've got some colors to pull from. Like these like almost like tawny colors for it all. This is what her wings are like that. They're these like tawny light browns and golds. So it'd be interesting to echo that in the like the furs and the antlers of her Timelost form. Be like, these colors are still here, but they're reinterpreted into weapons as opposed to her wings. Yeah. And this black color for the claws because oof, we sharp. Oh yeah, 2 months. Oh, thank ya. Thank you for the subscription. I don't know why that voice thing, it makes me think of like a Wisconsin or something, like a Midwesterner. It's got a little bit of a twang to it. Does this look bad? No, it looks fine. Okay. So now this has to be black, but not in a way that's too black, so it's gonna be a little gray. How does it actually interact with other stuff? Could be lighter. Could be lighter. Okay. It's about as light as I'm willing to go. So I don't want this like Brion's level of dark where it's like, the robe consumes her. It's like, no, not quite. I still want her dress to be dark. That's the one of the struggles with like a darker color palette, is when you're dealing with like multiple blacks at once, but you still want things to be visually cohesive. Like, how dark do I make this so it's dark, but it's not too dark? And this back here, I just need to foreshadowing. Yeah. And then you still need to have some shadowing on it, so... Nope, that's wrong. Right? No. Boop, boop. And then this has some shadowing of its own. Why did I do a darker color? That's not at all what I needed. I was like thinking about, I needed to do shading on the hand feather too. And then I completely did a step too far. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Okay. Our little tootsies. Gotta draw those, obviously. I think maybe the coloring is where I'm gonna... The rendering is where I'm gonna try and push the skin tone. Okay, this goes up. Here. Okay, Lucy, if you are still here. For your clown ferret, what clown elements are you looking for? Are you wanting... Do you want like a little birthday hat and like a little frill? Are there any specific elements you want? Do you want him to have a little ball? A little spotted onesie? Or are we freeballing it? And a little nose. Okay, okay. Okay, I still don't know what I want to do for the color of the outfit, so I think we'll... One second, let's get some of her skin here. Get her some skin in the game. So here as well. Just imply the arms. Showcase if this is in fact like a high collar thing. And where's Vesper's gem color? We'll do that later. Also kind of fuck it, we ball. Fuck it, we ball. Okay, I think we'll pause it there for her coloring. Let me get rid of this timeline here because I don't need that. Yeah, boop. Kit, hello! Hello! Happy Thursday, how are you doing? How has your day been? Happy to have you here. We're drawing a little ferret for Lucy. I have to remember what a ferret look. Actually, let me bring up a picture of a ferret, because I don't remember what ferrets look like. I always remember those like really chonky ones. Ferret. Cute. Happy Thursday, fantastic. I just being cozy. I saw your art. Get really excited. It's a complete cozy cycle. How are you, Sam? How are you, Arachna? I am doing good. I'm doing good. I had a very relaxing day, and I made some caramelized onions. So I've got just a big container of caramelized onions in my fridge now. And I'm very excited for that because I haven't had them in a very long time. Yes, I've had a really bad habit over time of not letting my caramelized onions cook for long enough. So they're like brown onions, but they're not caramelized, they're just brown. But I finally was like, I'm impatient today, and I let it all cooked down. And it looks great. And I had little bits of mac and cheese that I made today. And it tasted delicious. So I'm excited for more uses of them. I'm also excited to be able to just, like, make, like one person French onion soup, basically. Okay. I have a picture of a ferret to reference now. With the little ears. Otters are so... Not otters. Ferrets are interesting because it's so easy to, like, make it just look like a... like an otter or something else. They're so specific. You have to be very careful with their designs. And I think I might have already messed it up. Do a ball first. Give me a point of reference. Like a little volleyball here. Can I draw today? Here we go. Here. The little creature just like on top of this thing. Little feetsies, they got little peats. They got little tails too. And all this noodle, they got tail. What? Getting a little clown frill. I feel like this is slowly just starting to look like Poplio. little Pokemons. That's basically what Poplio is just basically just like a ferret. Just a sea ferret. I'm gonna just turn this over, actually. He's laying down. He's enjoying his ball. It's not cute enough. Something wrong with the eyes. I think they're too... Ferrets are interesting because they have, like... these, like, heavy... They have these thick lids around their eyes. That is so very distinctly ferret. Oh, now he just looks like he's high. Oh, no. I also hate this. I'm just gonna make, like, a little, like, pile of man. Come on. Little ferret Sona would never do a weed. Never, never ever do a weed. You hate to see the weed. You hate it. That's not how a ferret's head looks. Got little, like, hopeful eyes. So hopeful and trusting. I think this is too into the nose. What is this creature? What does a side profile of a ferret look like? Google, help me. Oh. I feel like just Googling ferret is just like a trap to just be like, I am looking at ferrets now. Okay, ferrets do have like a really like long, just like long. What does your head look like, my good sir? Oh, it's on like the side of... It's on like the side of the head. That's why I was like, it feels wrong to put on the top of the head. It's the side of the head. That's where they're at. And whoop, little nose. He's a silly guy. There we go. How's the rest of y'all's week looking like, by the way? I don't have any plans yet for this weekend besides doing a mass cleaning of my house, so... I'm trying to decide right now how I want to split up my time, because I really want to clean my house. Because it's still a bit of a mess right now. Finish up for art fight prep. Let's see here. And then I really want to play more Tears of the Kingdom, obviously, because I'm still making headway in that game. Where is this? This eye is giving me so much grief. I'm just gonna... What? Here we go. This is the eye now. Yeah, it's a friendly fella. I'm finally getting to the point where, like, I'm really starting to, like, accidentally run into spoilers now, where I'm like, oh, this post I'm seeing on Tumblr, surely this isn't talking about a spoiler. Oh, it's talking about a spoiler. Okay, shoot. We're getting out of the range of it being, like, morally apprehensible to start saying spoilers about the game. And I have to start accepting them. I'm gonna start seeing more spoilers now. At least, I think I saw a spoiler. It was either a spoiler or someone speculating about an interesting idea, possibly. When I was talking about the dragons, and I was like, oh, I love the dragons. And then I was like, oh, that's not a thing I knew about the dragons, okay. Whoopsie on me. I'm only now starting to do some of the the regional phenomena. And of course, the one I'm finally, like, getting myself to do is the Gerudo one. Nido Nudo. I'm gonna give him a little dunce cap, because I think that's precious. Gotta be like a something. It's gotta be the right kind. No, maybe not. Sima, buddy, what? What am I being canceled for this time? What have I done? What have I done to deserve this ire? Is that right? This is right? Yeah, that's how ferrets work. Have fun in Gerudo, though. I'm in the temple. I've already seen the thing. Now I'm just trying to get through the temple. The problem is that all these other places are like, this kid needs a bow. Go help him. Oh, everyone in Gerudo Town, they're eating weird rocks. Strange. And this seems like an actual, like, straight-up, like, active problem in Gerudo. And I was like, I'm compelled to help right now, because this seems like a very active problem that I can help out with right now, because I have a lot of electric stuff on me. And I know everyone said don't do Gerudo first, and I was also saying that as well. And then look at me now. It hasn't been a problem yet. If I was streaming it today, I would have put a counter up of like, alright, place your bets. Am I gonna do this in one, or am I gonna get killed at some point? Which who knows? I've been doing pretty good in this game so far. I haven't been in like a boss fight where I was like actually trying to win and I died in it. So I'm not currently at a point yet where I feel like I'm actively in over my head, but I think at some point I could probably run into that. I feel like I have a good sense of how to pace challenges for myself at this point. Okay. And also Rigi, I forget what her name is. Adorable. And I have quests that I want to do in the Gerudo Town that I have to beat the original phenomena first to do. I'm so annoyed because there's like a ball I'm trying to get that's behind a woman, and she will straight up not move unless you have beat the phenomena, which is one of my least favorite types of like quest blockers, where it's like you have to beat the quest line for someone to literally get the heck up, which is so annoying, but fine. Fine, video game, if that's how you want to do it. I think this eye could be more adorable. Let's see, I found like a halftone eraser, which I think is interesting, but I haven't really tested it. Oh, that's too big. Make this smaller. It works on some things, but it's a bit too big for what I'm trying to do. This just feels wrong. Something's up with this. Get rid of this again, this little bandit mask. I think I'm just gonna do like a little like clown makeup on the face. Give a little eyebrow. What is up? What's erasing? What an excited face on the little guy. Little fella. Oh, this is precious. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Oh, this is a baby. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, let's do this. Nope, this also looks bad. Let's do like a very stylized version. My hand is getting tired. No. We have to fight through this. Here we go. Yeah, this is better. I do a little thing here, little chin. I love when creatures have like a little like soul patch on their chin. Thank you for the follow, 8eye. I hope you're having a lovely day. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us today. I hope you're having a wonderful time. How has your day been? We're drawing little ferret right now. I want to put more, like, patterns on this little, like, onesie. The little dots. Can I do circles? Yeah, I can do it. I can draw circles. I remember how to do that. Yeah. Something's wrong with this leg over here, and I don't know what it is. Been chilling here for about the past hour, and this has been a nice stream to chill with as I doodled. Hell yeah! Well, I am glad that you found your way in here. What have you been doodling on your own end? Let's see here. I need to draw this little haunch. Something's missing here, and I think it's a little doily. Yeah, that's what's missing. You know what? I don't like these circles. Don't like them. Let me color. The hell was that? Is that in the music? It's like a crunchy thing. Gonna sound weird, but working on a drawing of a dude in a dumpster. On a dumpster. I mean, that's not the weirdest thing I've heard of people drawing. Is it? It's not Oscar the Grouch, is it? Escaping his dumpster finally after all these years. There we go. I'm just not thinking of just like. I bet there's people who've done like human sonas of Oscar the Grouch. There has to be. I feel like everything's been drawn on the internet at this point. This is a fun fact that I learned the other day. That feels wild to me that this is a thing. But on Sesame Street, there's the character, the Count. Right? The guy who's very clearly a vampire. Count. Apparently, he is not a vampire. He is simply vampire-like. This is apparently a very specific stipulation that is in the Sesame Street, like, book or something? Yeah, he's not a vampire. He is vampire-like. And I don't understand why that is a stipulation they have made, and what that means. I don't know what that means. He is clearly a vampire, but apparently they are like, no, he's not a vampire. He is vampire-like. It's so specific, and I don't get it. And it's not at all addressed in the show. He's just vampire-like, and that's it. I don't know what the difference is. And apparently, like, the specific information is hidden away on documentation that is not available to the public, so it's not readily accessible to see, like, why this is a thing. It's so funny. Damn, I always thought he was a vampire. Yeah, me too. And then I found out recently that apparently he's vampire-like and not a vampire. It's so weird. Guess making him an actual vampire is too much for the kids, but that doesn't make sense. My best guess is that it's probably something to do with, like, the Muppet code. Like, I bet Kermit is probably described as a frog-like being, and Big Bird is described as a bird-like being. It's probably like they're treating the Muppets as their own thing, so they can't be, like, they can't have that real-world equivalent. That's the only thing I can think of that, like, makes sense. Because other than that, I don't know why they would think that it would scare kids. Because literally anyone you would ask if you said, like, hey, do you think the Count is a vampire-like? I think people would say, what the hell are you talking about? He's a vampire. What do you mean vampire-like? But it is apparently a stipulation they have. Okay, I'm gonna start coloring this guy, and then I'll figure out the pattern on his, like, fur. Because I can't imagine the reason why he's not a vampire, specifically, is because they're afraid it would scare kids. Because it would change nothing about how he's executed. I imagine. Okay. Yes, headbutts. The fun part about ferrets is they already kind of have, like, the white face going on with the bandit mask. And now it's a matter of grabbing the right coloring. Here we go. Here we go. By the way, 8 Eyes, since you have mentioned drawing and is that special time of the year, are you going to be doing Art Fight next month? Because as part of what I've been doing today is doing some prep for that, as mentioned on my stream description. And I'm very excited. I'm not going to be... I don't think I'm going to do nearly as many attacks this year. But I'm excited for this year. I have some plans for stuff I want to do. I have no clue what that even is. Fair enough. Art Fight is this month-long... It's called a competition. It's really not. It's a website that hosts basically a character appreciation event. I was wondering, since you mentioned it a few times. Yeah, so it's a free competition, technically, because everyone who joins the site gets put on a team. Why was that my eraser? Gets put on a team, and for the whole month, like, you upload, like, your characters, and the whole month people go back and forth, like, drawing each other's characters, and, like, it garners points. And there are some people who get competitive with it, but that's really not the point of it. The point of it is to, like appreciate other people's characters, give them cool art, and it's just a fun time, and a lot of art friends of mine are participating in it. And they're announcing what the team themes are gonna be tomorrow, and I'm really excited. Apparently, one of the themes might be, it might be vampires and werewolves, which I didn't realize that was possibly a thing, so that'll be interesting if that is the case. But it's a very cool art event. I highly recommend checking it out if you like doing, like, character art. And it's just a sweet little event. Let's see here. I need to make this background a color that I can actually work off of. Gray? Too dark. Nope, too light. Yeah, it works. Where is the scrumble? There we go. Let's like a little, like, yellow color. Okay. A little more saturated. Let's do this whole little suit yellow. Whoop. Oh, Kitty's getting dinner. You okay, kitten? She's just looking at her food dish, like, in shock. She's that level of sleepy that she's gonna immediately run over to the food dish. Normally, she hears the food clattering and she's just, like, running over as fast as she humanly can. And now she's just like, whoa. Food. I have to stand up for that. It's so funny when she's that level of sleepy. I think she's gonna... I'm hoping this means that she's gonna have a more chill evening, but I know it means she's gonna crawl all over me. BRB, alright, see you in a minute. And... yeah, alright, how do I color? I feel like this brown is too much. And let me do a saturation. Okay, let me color this in, and let me do a little gradient on that, because I don't like how this looks just on its own. Nope. That looks wrong. Let's do this instead. That's better. Yeah. Much better, okay. Okay, let's do this now. Big old tail. And this brown color. Kind of clip the underside. What is happening here? There's like nothing here. Much better. Okay. They got like pink feet, right? I've heard of ferrets before. They got like little like desaturated pink feet. Come on. Or like a brownish tone. A little lighter. Yeah, they got a little more super roll feet. Here. Come on, hand. Stick with me, we're almost done. Okay, so this, what color is this color gonna be? I can make it like a blue color? Make it a pink color. Nope. Maybe just white, and then we'll make the trim on it. No, that looks wrong. The trim will be white. And then we'll figure out a color from there. Make an orange color. Like whatever color I make it is what I'm gonna need to make the white face. Whoop. Oh, we just look like a gigolo now. Oh no. Oh no. Make it like a blue color. I think it would be fun. I seem to really desaturate the heck out of it, though. We lighten it as well. Lighter. I don't know if these colors really work together at all. Let me color these lines actually real quick. I think this blue is working. Lighter color. Yeah, okay. Go. Wait. Okay. And push it up here. Okay, I think this here. I'm gonna head out now. Hope you have a good night, day. You as well. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you have good luck with the rest of your drawing, by the way. Thanks for stopping by. Just make my rest of this white. Well, hello, cat. Is it time for me to give attention to you? Or are you just gonna pass by and let me live in peace? Hooray, she just went up to her little thing. We are free for now. Okay. Let me make this a nice glossy black. There we go, big boy. Can I grab... Where's the color that I'm looking for? Right here. What happened? Yeah! Heck yeah. Okay, let's grab like maybe an orange color. How about just like a brighter yellow, actually? More pretty yellow. Actually, maybe like a lighter yellow, actually. Just like a big, thick glob. Oh, precious boy. Okay. Let's clean this up a bit. And whoop. There we go. And actually, let's do like a make it kind of look like the ferret coloration. That's kind of fun. And then the coloring the line itself. No, that means there's something wrong. Nah. Okay. Clean that up. Alright, I think that's about it. If you're back yet, Lucy, let me know if there's anything else you would like on this little guy, but I think we're just gonna do some real quick multiply on it. Inverse. Get some. Do this where it's just like thick lines. They don't need to be this thick, I don't think. Come on. Okay. Oh no, phone. Phone dying. Phone like, we die and help, and I'm like, no, live. Gotta live, phone. Just for like 10 more minutes. Finish this up. Okay, and last but not least, a little outfit. Oh, that's right, because it's the head as well. The shade. Here we go. Let's clean that out. Okay. One last thing, we got this little blob right here. I think that's fine. Let me do really quick this little trick. And get my red ink. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Alright, let me do a little screen and then we're done. Uno reverse. Reverse, reverse. Nope, blue's wrong. Alright, and that's our little scrumbles. it trimmed up for Woosie. I'll grab this real quick, actually. I'm so close to done with with this one over here for Ren. Let me store all this together. Through. Okay. With Ren, it's just gonna be basically behind her. I'll do like a really dark gradation of this purple. I think that might be nice. And down here, good to look this. This is everything. There we go. Okay. I hate seeing the selection border, but it's good that it's here. Ooh, this is gonna be pushed a bit more blue. Make this darker and push this bluer. Yes, your little guy! I will get that to you after stream. Little details. He's just a little dude. A little scrimbum. I get this like this here, just like. Something seems off. I think it's just wing over here is. I think because I made this wing too dark. Even color this? Oh, it's because the ink is like a greenish color, that's why. It's like, why is this looking like this? Whoa. It's gonna be darker. Darker, more of a vibrant purple. Yeah, I think these purples are better. I think there needs a bit more color in this wing as well. It's just this grayish tone. I want it to be more than that. I want there to be more going on. Well, I obviously first want to get the right kind of coloring pencil for it. There we go, and then I want to do like a little layer above the ink so that I can kind of here as well. And then her eye color is like a golden tone. And she has little golden freckles. Oh, maybe I shouldn't do that on the line layer. A little bit on the arms as well. And then lastly, she has some of her cool little hair ornaments. Here. A little depth of color as well. Something really bright. Okay. And then this just needs to have a bit more depth of color as well. At least I can do the pencil on because I can do a bit more grunt. There we go. Okay. I can do it in some of her skin as well to kind of showcase how it's like almost mossy and spreading. Spreading upon her. I also need to fix up this layer back here because it's black here and it's supposed to be here as well, kind of. Okay. Yeah, we've got this done here for the skirt layering. There we go. Is it the best kind of way to shade? No, but I'm doing it because I don't care. Go. And then, where is my green? Come on, hand, hold it together. My hand is upset right now that I'm still going. I'm so close to done, hand, please. Please bear with me. Like almost like desaturate it because I need it to kind of blend in with the clothing. Like this part of her face is just becoming like so overwhelmed with it all. Okay. Here. Okay. And the final touch. Vesper's seed. And 10. I'm gonna do like a little Swicklow dodge layer just to brighten this up. Ooh. Okay. A little bit on the hair. And a little bit on her nose. And this pencil to give it a little crunch. And yeah. Her lower lip as well. Alright, I'm happy with that. Alright. I think we'll wrap up here today. I got a lot more done than I was expecting. My phone is dying, and I still have more work to do tonight. So I don't think I'll raid anyone tonight. Let me see who's doing stuff right now. Maybe there's someone who I absolutely need to jump into. And don't really see anyone. Yeah, I think we'll just jump off for the evening then. Make the chatting screen real quick. Well, thank everybody who was able to stop by today. It was more of a quieter, chill stream, but you know, I think that's pretty good. A little relaxing time today. I might stream tomorrow. I'm unsure if I will yet, but we'll see. But thanks everybody for hanging out today. I hope you had a wonderful stream, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'll see you guys later. Have a good night. And I will get you the little doodle in the hot minute, Lucy. Thank you. Bye-bye.